Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 hour to make the best game ever. Good. Here we can continue with the reviews, or maybe do a bit of code work. We're just doing reviews now, really. Infinite amount of reviews. Let me see. Let me see what is currently approved. Well, quite a number of things. Yeah. Okay, I would like to first open a main branch. So we did merge. Let me go to main. Main and pull rebase. We also do a fetch and prune. Good. So we did merge a change where we, let me see, this one. Reduce cost of radar pixel draw in Partition Manager. Yeah, where we did add the new function here with null and so on. So I'm thinking that we should open the follow-up change now. Fix radar pixel color. Yeah. So radar pixel color. And then we have another one here, which is this one. Yeah. Pixel. Bytes per pixel. Okay, mem copy. Okay, I think we just opened this one because the other change also builds on top of that. So let's focus on this for now. Draw pixel. Yeah. I think regarding, did we select this change? Yeah. This branch. Let me do a search on this guy here. Let's add a bit of spacing in here for good looks. Look. Draw pixel pass map preview chunk. Pass map preview chunk. Okay, but this code was commented out if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's commented out. This one is a nice save here. This function is, I think, actually worth to profile. Yeah, I think we should profile this one. Let me see that. Because here we have multiple radar objects in there. And then for each of these, it does 4 locks, right? So that's pretty, that looks pretty expensive, yeah. So this might actually save a fair bit, yeah. How can we test this? We can... It's hanging right now. I did a right click and then it hang. Oh god. Oh boy. Okay, now it's settled. Thank you. I would say we do... So we need a... Oh man, what is going on here? get tick count 64 u long start. Oh, my computer's lagging again right now. It's very bad. Start. So this is end. You long end. Let's say time t equals get tick count 64 minus start, and then get tick count, hold on, get tick count 64. Number of milliseconds that have elapsed since the system was started. Okay. So number of milliseconds. Okay, the resolution might not be large enough. Okay, it's too low resolution, I would say. Okay, how about we take get performance, a query performance counter. I think it's that. Query performance counter. Let's go to perf timer. Get precision timer. How about we just do it like we did it in the frame pace CPP. So here we did, no, it's not that. It's frame rate limit. There we go. Counter, frame rate limit, frequency start. Let's take this here. So we have frequency, we have start, query performance counter, start. Good, then here we have int 64 t. And we remove that. Okay, elapsed seconds. Okay, then here we add a double elapsed seconds. Then we do a printf This guy printf time percent f, I guess. Not sure if f works with double. Printf floating point number okay, looks like it also takes double. Good, so we take this and then we print it out and hopefully that is good. So I would say let's do elapsed seconds and then let's also do a max elapsed seconds. So let's do that to 0. Then here we do max elapsed seconds is max elapsed seconds and that, and then max elapsed seconds here, max time. Okay. Okay, so that should work. Yeah, with pretty good precision. Okay. Good, let's run this guy. So this is after our performance optimization, and oh, first it needs to build. Oh boy. Okay, we need to wait. Fair enough. Good, while we wait, how about we take a look at this guy here? 900, 1000 lines, okay. To test this, please configure in debug mode before building with RTS build option debug on. Build option debug. RTS build option imgui on. All the code is gated behind RTS imgui enabled. RTS imgui enabled. Okay. Preprocessor defined for debugging purposes. What it does, integrate the DMGUI framework and loads a console and demo window overlay in debug. Well, the console, I think he removed. Okay, so we should see imgui demo. Example documents. Okay, cool. No, that looks very promising. Running in DX8, that's nice. That's very nice. Thumbs up. Should frame management live in game client? Maybe move it to DX8 wrapper, leaving just the drawing here. Yeah. I did try a lot of things. The loop is begin scene, draw, and scene, right? Because I had failed to get it to work. Multiple times between begin and end scene. Okay. Frame management cannot live only there. Instead, removed all frame management from wrapper and kept it an update call only with the frame being closed automatically with each render call. That is one of the reasons why multiple calls are needed in the client to survive the game test without any exceptions. Okay, let me take a look at this. Link imgui if needed. I think this comment is not needed. Core E always. Core E always. Core. I think imgui is not suitable for always. There are some there are projects, there are build targets that have no renderer. Have no rendering and never will. Always slip is meant to be included in all targets, but there are build targets that have no rendering and never will. Okay. Okay, we have some compiler or pixel size. Fatal error, pixel size. What is that? Generals. Okay. Okay, I'm a bit confused by this now. Okay, for some reason that didn't properly sync over. Okay. Why is this now failing? I don't understand. Do we maybe need to rebase it? But we already did, right? Or did we not? Let me do a rebase. Stash. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I see. Mhm. 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 Next. Mhm. Next. Delayed resource. Blah blah blah. Okay. Do that. Okay. Oh boy. Short surface bits. Mhm. 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 Oh boy. This. That's not quite right, is it? Um, I think we take the blue one. Good. What next? Blue. Blue. Okay, I think we got it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess that works. Oh my gosh, a million conflicts here. Draw a pixel. Okay, so I guess we take this guy, yeah? Okay, I hope this is correct what I'm doing here right now. Oh boy. I don't think this is meant to be here. This probably also not. Just this one. I think we need to do the following. We need to go to here and we need to create a new branch and then we call it optimize radar pixel draw or draw pixel radar draw pixel 2. There we go. And then we do a stash pop. And then... no, we don't do a stash pop. We do a stash. And then we do a cherry pick of this one. There we go. Automatically create a commit, cherry pick. There we go. And that went beautifully without any conflicts. Fantastic. And that should be all correct. Hopefully. Yeah. Well, if not, I guess we will see if the game crashes, right? Okay, so that looks promising, yeah. And then we do the stash pop. There we go. And now we compile that shit. There we go. Baptista is sending a message. Let's take a look. Resolved merge conflicts for typos branches. Revibot is just mentioning fixes handled in another PR. Okay. Good, then let me see if we can merge, continue the merge. Let's see. Okay, they're all building right now, so we'll wait for them. Okay, fair enough. Then let's keep looking here a little bit while it still builds. Add subdirectory source imgui. Okay. Source library source imgui. Okay, fair enough. Fetch content imgui. Git repository. Git tag. Okay. I assume that this is recent. This is a recent hash. Okay, right header is missing multiple times. Okay, that's fair enough. GUI console integration. Using huge indentation. Just call it imgui instead of imgui integration. Just call it imgui instead of imgui console integration. Using huge indents. Good, let's get back to our code. We do have some compile errors still. Yeah. Let me do projects, CMake GUI, RTS, game memory enable. Yes, generate. Okay, and then we also need, let's disable this here again. redundant comments. Let's say superfluous comments. This it looks unnecessary. This file is touched to just add a new line here. Unnecessary. Okay, this one is fine. Here we have an excess empty line. Can merge this line with line above. I'm going to include these blah backends. Okay. Using huge indents. That seems to be a common theme. Maybe we just add several times in CMake files. Then should be 4, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be 4, not 8. In config.h. Okay. Okay, we enable it. Redundant comments. Remove. Yeah. Several times in this change. Just place one feature comment somewhere visible. and feature comments. Remove. Keep just one. Remove the rest. Keep just one at a central location. At a good location. Yeah, comments. Yeah, this is redundant. I mean, we know that we added this here. There's no need to put this everywhere. DX8 wrapper in it. Begin frame. Isn't there, let me see. Begin frame. Begin frame. Somewhere is a begin frame. I've seen this. I think in W3D display. Begin frame. Frame begin. No. Well, that's a header file. Jesus. Begin frame. Frame begin. Oh boy. Display. Update. Nope. Render. Nope. I thought that there was a draw. Let's go to draw. Aha. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Draw. And render. There we go. So this is end render, and then here is begin render somewhere here. Begin render. Frame. Yeah. Well. I suspect in GUI begin and frame cannot be inside draw. Where it does. render and render. Begin and end frame needs to be an engine, game engine. Then world builder also needs to to be added somewhere in its update loop. And W3D view, yeah, maybe not. Also needs to be added somewhere in its update loop. What about other tools? Yeah, I guess it would be good if like every tool just had it. Like if there's a renderer, then it also has ImGUI automatically. Then, you know, there's no limitations in this regard. Okay, so what do we have here currently? We have no compiler, thank God. Fantastic, okay. So let's do the performance measurements. By the way, I need some light here. So, then Then, okay, before we continue with the performance thingy, oh boy, 6 notifications. Oh boy. Okay, so game engine include comments. So then how about we merge drivers tools, game engine device. Okay, then how about we first merge this one and then this one. Okay, then we take this comment here, this title, and we put it here. Okay, the next. This PR has critical spelling errors. Vertical. I just realized now there's some complaints here. The vertical change. Objectively wrong. Incorrect spelling changes. Incorrect. Changed vertical to vertical. Should be vertical. Okay, well now I merged one of these changes just now, but the AI was complaining. Was that also the case here in this one? Let me see that. Now here it was happy. Greptire is complaining about this change. What is this about? Maybe it's just Greptire being stupid, I don't know. Let's wait for a response here. Good, so then let's go ahead and do a run. Okay. Crash. Oh, that's not a good start. Bytes per pixel looks pretty large. Huh? Huh? What are we looking at here? Fresh. I'm missing a function call in here. Something is missing here. What is this? Huh? We expect like another entry here in the call stack, but it's missing. What is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Let's do a full rebuild. Let's take our generals here. Yeah, keep our focus on 0 hour. Then I do a rebuild solution. Let me take a look at this analysis here. This file, yeah, in 0 hour. Let's see. It's this one here, right? Oh yeah. Vertikler. Looks like Reptile is right. Something broke here. Probably a bad merge. Yeah, wrong rebase merge. So let's try this again. And if it crashes again, I need to figure out what the problem is. Crash. Okay, so the crash is reproducible. Refresh route for local player. To me, this looks like, so this bytes per pixel. This one looks, to me, it looks like a stack corruption here already. Yeah, this looks like a stack corruption or something. So we call into this function set shroud level. This one, I guess. Let's put a breakpoint here. Oh boy. So what do we have? Blah blah blah. Oh, bits is 0. Okay, how did that happen? Begin set shroud level. Did we make a mistake somewhere? Hold on. What did we change? Surface class. Get pixel. I don't know. Okay, right now I don't understand why this is not locked. So the error is that this is null. Yeah. Pixel size is 4. And then basically what will happen here is p bits is 0, and then now the dest is 0, and so it will write into 0 here. Yeah, okay. So that's a bug. Now the question is, why is that? Let's put a breakpoint in here. That's unexpected. Okay. So let's go in there and we see, so this is null. Yeah. Oh, I probably made a merge mistake here. Begin set shroud level. I see. Radar, begin, set. There we go. Yeah, I deleted shit here. Look at that. For some reason, we removed this and that broke everything. There we go. So what we do is this, and that should fix it. Fantastic. We still have an error. There we go. While at it, let's also fix all the nulls here. Null. Null. Okay, fantastic. So this one is to be merged down, and this one as well, and all of these. Okay. Good, so that has explained the issue. Then let's get back here. We have a breakpoint, switch route level, drop pixel. Yeah. Switch route level. Okay. Render object list. Okay, so there we go. That's our debug, and let's see if it works now. Okay, let's see. Okay, that works now. Let's go in here. Let's go skirmish and Yeah, let's take this map here, because there we will have a lot of stuff on the radar. Okay, let me open Generals English and the log. Where's the log? Here. Log file. That is now. Yes. Let's open this bad boy. Yeah. And we do see a log. No. Time 0. Oof. Right. Here we don't use this, but we use debug log, please. Max. Okay. Okay. Good. Solo play, skirmish. Let's go. Let's see if the debug works in principle. Okay. So we have a lot of things on the radar. Yep. Let's open this one here. Okay, I don't see any spam here. Let's put a breakpoint. It is called elapsed seconds. Okay, that's very, very short here. Elapsed seconds. So that is a tenth of a millisecond. So that's pretty good. But the longest was 2.4 milliseconds. But now the question is, why don't we see it in our log? That I don't understand. We should see it here being spammed, no? Or not? Ah, it's a previous one. Here we go. There we go. There it is. Okay, cool. That's the one. Okay, then that works. Then what we do now is we build in release. Yeah. With rebuild solution, because in release we get a better representation of the actual runtime cost. Right. And then we need to compare that with original function without this optimization. I think what we can already do is merge this one down. Now, thought this was fixed on this branch. Fixed now, amended and pushed. I thought this was fixed on this branch. Okay. I don't know what that means, but let's see if AI will be happy next. Edited 9 minutes ago. Save to merge. Okay, excellent. Then W3D main menu. Let's take a look again. W3D main menu. Okay, looks like it's no longer part of this change. I do one check here. So this one was merged before. Okay, so what I find weird is that here we only have 63. And here we have 180. How's that possible? There's so much more. That's weird. Maybe just a lot more comments in 0 hour. Okay, I don't know how this came to be. Okay. Good. I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it's properly replicated or not to generals between the games. Unclear. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Who knows? Fix spelling errors. Okay. Then I will merge this now. Okay. Good. Then we have this and this. Good. Then the next we would merge is this include here, yeah. This one and this one. Again, 0 hour has much more here. Strange, yeah. That 0 hour has so much more. Okay. I will just accept it. Pretend it's correct. I don't know. Not important, I guess. Okay, then the last one is these three here. So I guess we first do this and then these two here. Reptile is complaining about detach misspellings. Bump. Good. Need to wait again. Good. Let's get back to our test here. So let's run this. Actually, hold on. It didn't install. So So let's see what we have. Skirmish and join in here and look a bit around. And I think that's already all we need. Exit. There we go. Okay, and then we take a look at what it now has produced here. And we see here. So max time is 0.2 milliseconds. Yeah, 0.2 milliseconds. And roundabout, it looks like it takes, let's look at the last entry, say here. Yeah, I think it's fair if we just take the max, I would say. So the max is this value here, max. Let's take that. Although maybe it's not entirely fair, I'm not sure. Max time. So this is with opt. Max time. Okay. And then what we do now is we do stash, go to main branch, stash pop. And then we compile again. And then oh boy. It's so spammy. Oh, he opened a new pull request. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, but it's a bug fix, so that's good. So let's go. So that's now the original render draw. Radar draw, not render draw. Yeah, radar render draw. Yeah. Let's see how that performs in comparison. Skirmish, we load the same map with all these icons on there. There we go. We scroll around a bit. That's it. Exit game. Main menu and quit. Okay, then we open the log. And then we take a look here. There we go. Okay, so max time is that. Max time. So this is without opt. Actually, let's scroll down a bit. Okay, so it is a bit longer. So that is almost a millisecond. Oh, it's pretty long now. Almost a millisecond. Okay, so the performance was cut by 3/4, roundabout. 75%, 70%. Okay, it's not bad, yeah. 1 millisecond, almost 1 millisecond is pretty long, yeah. On CPU or GPU, CPU. Yeah, well, it's the whole thing. The whole frame is CPU, GPU. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good saving. Now the question though is, so I do wonder. Let me open the previous file, debug log previous. Where is it? This one. Ah. Log previous. Where is it? Am I blind? It's not that. This one looks outdated here. Let's remove that. Debug log. Where's the previous? It's not that. Oh, it's down here. Okay, so this is a previous one. And so there's some fast ones and then there's some longer ones. The longer ones around, yeah, around this here. Okay. Put this here and this one. Yeah, okay, it's definitely higher. So it's around 4 or 5 times faster now. 4 to 5 times faster. Then let's say it's, I mean, how do we estimate this? Calculator. I mean, we don't have to be exact, right? So let me just go by the max values for starters. 273 divided by 874. That is, yeah, 69% faster. 69% faster. Plus 69%. Now if we take, so the other guys, they are like here 114, 130, 177. Yeah, I would say, I mean, to get like a more accurate representation, you would need to plot this out, but I don't think it's really worthwhile to do that. So I would just say, it's 4 to 5 times faster. So yeah. Yeah. I would say that this one, generally we have seen a lot of like this, and here we have seen a lot of like this with like this. So let's say 100 divided by 500, so that's 80% even. Yeah, it's somewhere around 75% ish, right? So here you see it's a little bit less than 500. Here it's above 500, close to 500, less than 500, way above 500. Yeah, so I would say, just eyeballing it, let's say 80%. How about that? 80%. Yeah. Okay. So okay, so let me stash that. Then we go to radar draw pixel. Let's look through it one more time. Surface class. By the way, huh? Okay, hold on. I'm a bit confused right now because why does this also contain the other change here? Now I'm extra confused. Huh? This was only meant to fix I'm confused. Ah. Okay. Ah. Format. No, I think it makes sense. Yeah, we put all performance optimizations into this guy. Okay, that I guess that's fair. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Good. I was confused by a moment. I thought that this would have been in the other change, but that's not the case. It's meant to be here. Okay, cool. Then we're done with testing this guy. Then let's push this guy. What I suspect is because I added commits undoing the detach fix earlier rather than amending. I do not understand. Is there a problem or not? Add greptile AI. Okay, so the change we just pushed. Let's go here. There we go. We should probably also specify here. Hold on. We got commits. By around 80%. Clear shroud. What is this doing? Clear shroud. H line. Texture height. H line. preset. That one is not particularly important. Reduce costs by around 80%. Build terrain texture. Let me see that. Build terrain texture is also just called one, I guess. Called once. Refresh terrain. Oh, actually. Rebuild the entire terrain texture. Huh. How often is this called? Oh, this actually looks also expensive. Okay, let's measure this as well. Okay, so so 80%. Let's measure build terrain texture. That one looks interesting as well, actually. The other one doesn't look so interesting, like this, what is it? The clear shroud one here. That one is only called on reset, which is on level unload, or level load, so that's not so interesting. Okay, but this one here looks interesting. So how about we first save the update here. Let's do a stash pop. Let's go ahead and copy this down here. Then we take this and put it down here. Okay, so then this one will be a different function. Build terrain texture, okay. So I think build terrain texture is, I think that is called build terrain texture is called when we do what? Refresh terrain is called when we do what? Refresh terrain. Find new water levels. Oh. Do radar refresh. Okay, I don't know if it's called every frame really, but I know this water level change. There are maps that change water level. I wonder if these will be faster than maybe. Okay, let's test that. Okay, without opts and with opts. Okay, let's just load a map and let's see the call patterns that we have so far. So we take this guy and we take this and we search for this. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, there are not many calls, a couple, but it is pretty expensive. It is pretty 0.1 seconds. So that's 10 milliseconds, 11 milliseconds. Okay, that's actually very expensive. 11 milliseconds. And that's with the optimization, 11 milliseconds. Keep that in mind. So max time. So that one is with optimization. Let's say here. Let's round this a bit. It's like this, okay. Then let's test it without the optimization. Stash. Stash pop. So, then let's load into skirmish map. There we go. Okay. Then let's check the new values here. There we go. Okay, it's not so much more expensive. Look at that. Huh. That's surprising. Interesting. Did I make a measurement mistake? Show it. Draw fixer. X, Y. Okay. Okay, that's surprising to me. I would have expected this to be also very expensive. Let me retest that. Okay, it definitely writes out the file. Okay, well, that's surprising. I thought it would also be extra expensive here, but that's not the case. Or did I look wrong? Let me look into this function. Yeah, so here it does the locking, right? The lock rect and unlock. Yeah, so this is the expensive code path. It's consistent. Okay, well, it's it's a bit more expensive, but not by that much. Max time. Interesting. That's unexpected, yeah. Strange. Let me retest it. Max elapsed seconds. Let's rename this to should probably do double max time. Max time. Okay. Then we stash this one more time. Then we go back to our optimize radar pixel. Then we do a stash pop. Then we do a compile. And then we look at it one more time. Just to confirm. I'm surprised that it's not that much faster. I would have expected, like, I don't know, a similar margin as the other one here, but it's a lot less. No. Okay, but it's still something. Yeah. Okay. Ah, shit. Did I just close the pull request that we wanted to open? Okay, so recompile. Let's retest this again. Get the fresh number with the optimization. Yeah. Okay, let's check. Okay, so that's consistent. Then it would take also this max time here. Here, max time. Okay, let's calculate the delta. I'm surprised that it's the difference here is not that much. But okay, sometimes it is like that. So I would say we take this guy and put it here, divide it by this guy. And that is, so it's 23%. 23%. Okay, cool. Then here I would say reduce cost of that by 80%, by 20, let's say just 25%. By looking, so only once. Push. Okay. Then let me take this text here. Put that in here. This change. This change reduces the cost of W3D by around 80%. This by around 25%. And this not measured. This is achieved by locking the radar surface only once instead of many times. So this is performance major, I would say, because it is very expensive. So half a millisecond for just rendering the radar when there are a lot of dots on there. I think that's pretty costly, I would say, yeah. Half a millisecond is pretty big. Yeah. If you consider that like for achieving 60 FPS, you need to have max 16.6 milliseconds, right? And so 0.5 milliseconds out of the 16.6 milliseconds is a big chunk, right? It's not 10%, but it's like 3% or so, right? Good. So performance, rendering, major, performance, gen, ZH. Yeah, milestone. Then I would say I did right. Let's say from 0. What was it? From 0.5 milliseconds to 0.1 milliseconds. Test it with many objects. From, what was it? From this to this. Let's round this a bit to 0, 0, like this. Oh. Not measured. Seldom called. Because called on reset only. Let's say because not important. Okay, das sind was meine radar objects. Radar object list. This function, is this called every frame? Update object texture. I think this is not update every frame. There we have a refresh rate here. Of updates once this many frames. Maybe refresh the overlay texture once every so many frames. Cost of many radar objects. Yeah. Every 6 logic frames. 6 logic frames. And the jump from 0.5 ms to 0.1 ms is pretty good. Surface class. I'm hungry. I did rename. Let's see. They're renamed to better fit the WoW Vegas style. Good. Now we should probably also say now there was some it's in radar. Change to night PTR. Okay, so this change is a follow-up for radar. This one here. Follow up from this. No, it's not. I would change to that, which was introduced by. Edit. So it's a follow-up for that, and it's also basically where is it? Here. This change is similar to what this does, but not a fan. But I was not a fan of the implementation. So let's say, let's just say relates to that. That's it. No need to write this down here. Good. Relates to follow up for this. Relates to. Maybe move this to the top, then the formatting will look a bit nicer. Relates to that. Follow up for that. This change reduced the cost of render by around 80%. From that, as it was many radar objects, build terrain texture by around 25%. Clear shot not measured because not important. This is achieved by locking the radar surface only once instead of many times in loops. An object is called every 6 logic frames, and the jump from 0.5 milliseconds to that is useful to improve overall performance. I renamed a bit of fit that the Vega star. Okay, I think we should maybe. Let's go to draw pixel. And pitch to argument list. Let's add a comment here. Pass bits. P bits and pitch to arguments lists of draw H line, draw pixel, get pixel, draw H line, draw pixel, get pixel. Oh, I can't type. Get pixel for better performance. Draw pixel, get pixel, It's a bit of a redundant documentation. Yeah. Created. Yeah, maybe we just add it to the functions here, like we have already done. Let's do like this. So let's get pixel, draw pixel. Then we remove it from here because it's just redundant information, right? Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. So reduce cost of blah, 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 blah. Reduce cost of that. Achieve for locking the radar surface only once instead of many times in loops. Got every 6 logic frames and jump from. It's nice. Measured on model machine. Good. Anything else we should say here? I think that's good enough. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Good. Then let's see if Griptile AI has anything to complain about or not. I think I will stash this for now. Okay. Good. What's the time now? 2 hours 22. I think I'm about to take a break. Good. Good, then let's wait a moment until we get a review here. I have to say, I really like the AI review. It's a nice way to have like a fast feedback on the code change for like some first polishing before human reviewers take a look. So that's pretty cool, yeah. Okay, then good. The next session we will merge the next spelling error fixes, and then maybe do some code reviewing again, because there still is an infinite amount of code reviews. And then I don't know, step by step. Certainly there is no shortage of work. We can work for this infinite amount. I wish I had no other obligations and could just 100% work on code, on 0-hour code. That would make so much things easier. I could just pump code nonstop, keep pushing. Yeah. But yeah, there are too many distractions in life. Yeah. Still needs to work to earn money. Yeah. So unfortunately not 100% 0-hour yet. Yeah. My hope is that in the future, yeah, that the 0-hour grows so big and large that we actually get some big money in the community. Yeah. Big prize monies, big sponsor monies, big development monies. Yeah. So that the developers could actually focus 100% of the time on the game. Yeah, and just build on the game, because there is an infinite amount of work. Yeah, so it absolutely makes sense to have people work on this full time, but obviously that would require someone to fund this, and there's no one to fund this because there's no money in it, right? Like you don't get any return. Like you can't. It's not like an investment that you put money into this and you get something back. Like when someone sponsors money for the tournaments, like AKA Bologna or Oxygen, yeah, big monies, then they don't get anything in return other than big thank yous and the good feeling that players have some prize money to play for and big competition, right? But there's no return, right? So everyone that pumps money in this, the only return is that there is community engagement, activity, and developments. But so far, historically, there haven't been any significant sponsorings for developments. I think there's some. I can tell that from Gentool, there's a little bit, but it's nowhere near to survive a month. Yeah. So it's not enough. Yeah, you can't really live from this unless you live somewhere in the jungle. Yeah, then it's probably okay. But you need electricity, yeah, for a computer. So okay, let's see if we have 4 or 5 minor issues. Okay. There are bugs in the get pixel. Okay, I didn't test that function. Missing bytes per pixel and offset. Get pixel is not currently used. Let me see that. Missing bytes per pixel. Oh. Right, okay, let me see that. Get pixel. Bytes per pixel. Yeah, but it makes an I think I did this because currently it expects that it's an RGB, right? Let me see, chroma pixel. No, actually it is pixel. Okay, actually it's fair. Yeah, we should pass. Okay. Aha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then let's do that. Bytes per pixel. There we go. Mm-hmm. Bytes per pixel. There we go. Blah. DST. DST. Okay. Fantastic. Actually, it gets a surface description anyway. We don't need to pass it, actually. We can just do... We can just do... Get bytes. Get bytes. My gosh, I can't type. Unsigned int bytes per pixel. Get bytes per pixel. SD dot format. And then we use that guy, and then we don't need to pass it. There we go. Fix get pixel. Fix get pixel. There we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's wait for the compilation. Okay, cool, the compiles, then let's push it. Yes, let's say fixed. Yes, it's unused. Not needed. Okay, let's do a review. Grab tire. Good. Okay, cool. Then Let's wait a moment. Okay. Then blah 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 blah. Okay. Save to merge, well executed, blah blah blah, blah blah, textbook performance optimization, blah blah, change reduces, blah. The only code change beyond the optimization is renaming methods to match and updating that, both of which are safe improvements. Okay, cool. Then that will be it. Then I wish you a great day or night until next time. Goodbye.